So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is one Parahasapodi here in Thailand, which is Thursday, and it's a bit of it's a windy one, and yeah. So we had a bit of rain yesterday, but today's a bit wind, so the weather's gone a bit wintry over the last few days, and wintry for us, about 27, 29 degrees, still a bit chilly for me, great for running, etc., for exercising outside. Not as smoggy as it is, because even though it's burning season, but it's it's about 20 degrees in the evening, which is pretty chilly for me. So I'm sure the Phalangs, the foreigners, the tourists are enjoying it. So but not as, but it's we don't have anything on at the moment. Air conditioning? No, we don't have air conditioning. Fans on, etc. So again, there you go. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well. So it's about 11 in the morning, and it's been a tough week for Manchester City Football Club. The men losing against Bodo Glimt. And all the repercussions of that, and coming off after the Rags defeat as well, and the ladies coming after a fantastic run we've been on. Last defeat against Chelsea, in the open game, etc., and we've been brilliant again. Lucky Chelsea, and that's what I'm going to call them at the moment, Lucky Chelsea. And today we played them yesterday, for instance, 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock this morning. I didn't stay up for the game, etc. For instance, I was watching the men. I got to. I got. You gotta show me some love. I can't stay all night. I'm busy during the day. So I watched the game this morning, and I was disappointed to know that we lost 1-0 to Chelsea, and the way we lost him again. Lucky Chelsea again. And regardless, and I need to listen to look at the City point of view, what the City was saying, and I can listen to what the Beeb was saying, the anti-British Beeb, and the Sky Sports were saying against Manchester's game, etc. And it appears that I'm going to read this about the Beeb, what the Beeb have said, their match reaction, but again, I haven't read it. So it's just for the first time I've read it, but I did see the game, so I'm going to see what they say, what matched my feelings about the game, about the and how unlucky we were, and I'm sorry that we were the better team. Yes, Manchester City by far, and I feel Chelsea did have those opportunities, especially in that Baltimore score, that save from Yamasita, great save from Yamasita in the second half, etc. But apart from their kind of lucky goal, which was basically bad defending by City, but other than that, for instance, we had catalysts of we are going to rue missed chances, as it's been put in in one of the headlines here. So and that's it. We didn't take our chances, and this is the difference. If you don't take your chances, you don't win games. And unfortunately, when you're going against lucky Chelsea, they'll get an opportunity and they'll convert it. So regardless whether it's right or wrong, or it's plus or minuses, this is what happens, and this is what Chelsea do. They convert their chances. So we can sit there and read them a week, but unfortunately it was our own finishing, and Chelsea's goalkeeper was what's made them get through to the final. What's made it worse is the Rags beat Arsenal, and what's the goal down? So it's the Rags against Chelsea in the final. So hopefully that will keep them occupied, maybe give us some extra games, etc. Blah blah blah. And because the most important thing for me is the WSL. So there, yeah. But let's go in to see what the Beeb have got to say about it. So Emma Sanders, see what she says. I haven't read this before, so I've read the City one, but I haven't said it. Holders Chelsea reached the 7th successive Women's League Cup final with a narrow victory over rivals Man City at the Joie Stadium. Week kept in, headed just before half-time, was enough to see Chelsea over the line, despite City missing a host of chances and hitting the woodwork twice. There you go, yeah. Sonia Bombaston's side were attempting to defend their 3 domestic titles they won in the French manager's debut and the 24-25 season. City have 6-point leads over Chelsea in the Women's Super League race, but have equalised, but could have equalised through Vidam and Niedermeyer. Kerr and Kasperai both hit the post. Chelsea's goalkeeper Emma Hampton were also kept busy making crucial saves against Miedemar and Hugo Haizagawa in a busy second half. But the Blues will relish the chances to earn more silverware as they face United. The Blues, Man City are the Blues. You know, I mean, the dark Blues, who beat the Rags, who will beat Arsenal. So on the game of the final at the Ashton Gate on the 15th of March. It is a complete competition that has been dominated by the WSL traditional top four, but it's set to be the last opportunity a club competing in the Champions League will have to win the trophy, with changes due to come in the next season. Man City analysts price paid for wasted chances. With the lead over Chelsea at the WSL, it is Man City who have out the upper hand over rivals so far this season. Well, you know, this was another opportunity for Andree Yegelet's side to wound Chelsea and stop the defence of one of their 3 domestic titles. It was a strong team with Niedemar and Alex Greenwood amongst the returning starting 11 following the 6-0 win over Bournemouth in the FA Cup. They had the best chances in a quiet opening half hour with Khadija Bonifacio rounding Hampton at the edge of the box, but she was denied on the short opening goal by Sandy Baltimore. It's a brilliant last-ditch challenge. I've got to say she was probably about the best player for Chelsea, Sandy Baltimore girl. Yeah, fantastic play by Lauren Hem, really pushing and then sending Khadija through, and unfortunately she just couldn't finish the get off. City's sloppiness, all right, in the position began to open the door up for Chelsea, and in defence, defending champions were clinical, taking the lead through captain just before half time. But Yegelet's side were still a threat and hit the woodwork twice through Miedemar and Kasparov before dominating the second half and causing Chelsea all kinds of problems. Hampton had to make a crucial save to deny Miedemar later on as City searched for the equaliser. The hosts throughout they had found it in a third minutes of stoppage time, but Lauren Hemp could not provide the touch to Miedemar's cross needed for a few yards out, prompting the widespread groans in the stands and supporters. What would you think they're going to do? Cheer? The weight of another trophy continues for City, but their eyes are mainly on the first prize of the WSL. True, they were hoping that they can be more clinical when both teams meet again in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, that's right, we meet them in 2 weeks' time, Chelsea. So we definitely deserve more than a 1-0 defeat. We're here to compete for all titles, but it was the biggest disappointment, said Jegelets. But we can take a step back and look at the game. There's a lot of things we can be proud of. There's more positives because of the players that feel that if we can create this more chances at the top game against a top competitor, it gives the team confidence. Yeah, true. What's the goal exactly? So, for instance, and again, for instance, the girls will probably feel that, for instance, they were in a gun sometime. Maybe it was a leveler. Maybe we realised, etc., that even though everything's been going our way for the last a bunch of games, loads of games, etc., both home and away, that for instance that when we come against the lucky Chelsea, for instance, we've got to be more clinical. Again, they'll get this lucky goal. They did it the same with Stamford Bridge in the opening game of the season, and they do it again. Chelsea are no strangers to Man City, having played them in the lockout season, 7 competitions in 9 seasons. It was the first trophy Bombassi in her debut won, while it was City's last piece of silverware in 22. But it's not a gone Chelsea's way campaign, with work to do in the WSL, and knowing that they were facing City in the league within 2 weeks. This time was a crucial scene setter. Basically, it just shows you that we can compete with Chelsea on every ground, and again for the next that game against the WSL in 2 weeks' time, etc., is going to be the Joie Stadium. I expect it's going to be a packed crowd, and I expect City to just convert our chances. We can beat Chelsea. Because it was not their best performance by any means, but unfortunately City could not put away their chances. But Chelsea did enough to get over the line. No, I'd say did enough. We always know our ambitions at the start of the season, and showing that the pitch is more the pitch is more important. Of course, mentality is always important to win, especially when you face them again. The game will defined by small margins. Exactly, that's where it's getting between City and Chelsea. To me, I think we're the two of the best teams in the WSL, and it shows the fact that Man City have already beaten Arsenal, have already beaten the Rags convincingly. So, for instance, and I feel, for instance, Chelsea are our only major obstacles from winning silverware. City have world-class players, and it was a tough game. So we will be ready to for that. It's part of our DNA. Confidence-wise, it was important to win. Kaspar's goal capitalised on a period of pressure as Chelsea took advantage of City's sloppiness and got the ball rolling in Manchester. After scoring 10 goals in their first 2 wins in 20 weeks and keeping 2 clean sheets. In the process, Chelsea came into the game with good form, but it was a step up in opposition. While they'll be delighted to have reached the final, they will know that they need to bring quality against the Rags at the final in Bristol. So the next game for City are the London Lionesses on Sunday at 12 o'clock or 11:55 UK time, and Chelsea will hold we'll hold Chelsea on the WSL on the 1st of February. Put that in your diaries, guys. Chelsea have another game on Saturday when they host rivals Arsenal. Whoa! See if Arsenal can do us a favour. And then we can go 9 points clear. And Stamford Bridge the next day for City. So if we can beat the Lionesses, which is going to be a difficult game because they're in a bit of form, and Arsenal can beat Chelsea, for instance, so there you go, get a result against Chelsea, then you never know. For instance, if Man City could be facing Chelsea at the Joie Stadium with 9 points clear. So, so City started with Miedemeier, Hemp, Greenwood, Rose, Yamashita, Hazagawa, Clinton, Kiyosho, Kasparai, Rebecca Canat, Beanie, Brinken, Brown, and Coombs. So man of the match for City. The man of the match of Baltimore. She got the player of the match. Should I say? What's it called? According to this thing, and I'll probably give it her as well. But for City, Miedemeier came out top at 6.45, lower than him. Greenwood. Really. So very disappointing. See if we can get more match stats. So City had Chelsea had more possession at 51.9% possession compared to Man City's 48.1. Shots, Man City had 19. Man City had 19 shots. Chelsea had 14 shots. Man City had 5 shots on target. Chelsea had 3 shots on target. So the touches inside the opposition: Man City 23, Chelsea 25. Goalkeeper saves: Chelsea had more goalkeeper saves. Aerial duels 1, Chelsea had more. Fouls 4 corners, 15 corners for Chelsea, 15 compared to Man City's 5. So Chelsea do it to us again. Oh my God. So but very disappointing. So really. Unbelievable. So but again, we've got to be proud of ourselves. For instance, taking it to where we are, when I'm considered a sloppy goal, bad defending again, but if you switch off against a team like Chelsea, this is what they're going to do to you. Subs: Keating, Osabi, Pryor, Thompson, Murphy, and Lewis and Andree. Very hard to swallow, really, because I thought football was good. But let's see what Andree had to say. So City can be proud of our performance against Chelsea despite bowing out of the League Cup semi-finals. The Blues were beaten 1-0 despite dominating large spells of the contest, hitting the post twice and forcing Chelsea into fine saves and stopper Hannah Hampson. Brings back City's 16-match unbeaten run to an end, but our head coach could not fault the majority of the team's performance in the 90 minutes. Instead, he expects the City to bounce back quickly from a disappointing night. He said, "First of all, I'm disappointed because we lost the possibility for the title, which is important. we lost the possibility for the title, which is important to me. The players and the club, I'm proud of their performance. I think we worked very hard and we're doing so many good things, but we didn't do the small details of scoring and then conceding one. This is how these games. This how these games is disappointed, but looking at the perspective of what we can use for the next game, there's so many things we can be proud of. It's a tight turnaround for City with a trip to Bromley to take on Lionesses. Jeglic's confidence the players will arrive for training tomorrow ready to attack the game, although despite unfortunately come up against short tonight. I think the players will be disappointed tonight, but tomorrow they'll be prepared for the next game and take on, and so many things to take. There's no problem. The focus are the next one. I'm convinced that pretty soon we'll get back ready for the next game. Yeah, I think the girls will bounce back. I really do. I think they've got more about them this season. They do believe I think they will be. I think they've got a great deal of grit and substance in themselves at this season. And I thought they will look at themselves as being deeply unlucky, and they'll rule the chances where we should have basically won the game. And Lauren Hemp expects the City to bounce back. We've come after the Blues 1-0. Captain were okay. It's really frustrating because we created so many good chances and we thought we were a better team, to be honest. True, but I said earlier, if you're not clinical, then it doesn't really count for anything. She said. We're a great position in the league, so there's a lot of positives still left with the season, and it's a really exciting time to be a City player and fan of this club. Correct. I thought we gave a lot in all tonight, and I think it shows the right for the final minutes of 5 minutes of the game. We were lucky to lose, and that was so we were a good team to go through at hard times. It's important that we bounce back and focus. Turns it into the weekend. Turns to the weekend. So against Lionesses. Right, but disappointing, really. So it's a tough time at the Man City, being a City player. We were a City fan. I said we were so happy a few weeks ago. Cast a mind, the men were on an unbeaten run of 13. The ladies were on a beaten run of 16, and now, for instance, both lose important cup games. But like we're saying, against the men team, against the ladies, it's not over yet, by far, absolutely not. Let's go, still in commanding performance. And again, for instance, we bounce back against the Lionesses, and then Chelsea slip up against Arsenal, then we could be going to 9 points clear, for instance, in the WSL, and the WSL is what we want more than anything else. And so, for instance, and I think with the spirit in the team at the moment, etc., for instance, I do believe, for instance, we will come back and back strong. So we got to keep the faith, su su, as they say in Thailand, which means keep the faith. And so guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. We've got to crawl ourselves off the floor. It's been a tough week for being a Blue supporter, but it's always been great to be a Blue, as Ian Cheeseman says, and we'll bounce back. So keep the faith. And just one of those games against lucky Chelsea again. Guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you.